New Zealand unveiled plans to tentatively reopen its borders amid growing pressure from Kiwis stranded overseas by some of the world's toughest pandemic travel restrictions. COVID-19 response minister Chris Hipkins said arrivals from a handful of tiny Pacific Island states would be granted quarantine-free travel from next month, and other low-risk countries would be considered early next year.
It is time to reconsider how as vaccination rates have increased internationally, the number of COVID cases being picked up through our MIQ facilities has continued to decline. We now only get 2 to 3 cases per 1,000 arrivals, and only around 1 in 2,000 is detected after 7 days of isolation. In addition, full vaccination will be required for all non-New Zealand citizens travelling to New Zealand from the 1st of November. We are also very aware of the pressure that's been building at the border as the world begins to reconnect, and increasing numbers of New Zealanders here and abroad want to be able to reconnect with their loved ones. So now it's the time to start stepping out a series of changes to our border and to our MIQ arrangements. Step 1. MIQ stays will be reduced from 14 days to 7 days. Travellers being tested at day 0, day 3 and day 6 and undertaking a rapid antigen test before they leave MIQ. They'll then isolate at home for short periods of around 3 days. They'll get a PCR test on day 9 since they returned home, and they will wait at home until that result comes back. The second step allows us to reopen the border to more low-risk travellers, allowing them to bypass MIQ altogether. And we'll start with travellers from low-risk Pacific Island countries, such as Samoa, Tonga, Vanuatu and Tokelau. We've already welcomed RSE workers from those countries without issue. This one-way quarantine-free travel will commence from the week beginning the 8th of November. Travellers will need to be fully vaccinated unless they are New Zealand citizens. RSE workers who are currently able to enter New Zealand with at least 1 dose of the vaccine will need to be fully vaccinated from the 1st of January. The third step is we can move towards having more people isolating at home. This option will be made available to increasing numbers of fully vaccinated travellers in the first quarter of 2022. However, our priority at this stage is to safely transition to the new traffic light system first and bed that in before adding the additional risk of international arrivals immediately entering the community. When the COVID-19 protection framework is bedded in, 90% of eligible New Zealanders will be fully vaccinated, so we'll have a higher level of confidence than we do right now in allowing international arrivals to go straight into the community.